All right, well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Aaron Linger, and this is a short presentation on how to develop a small technological skill that will be very easy for you to use and implement and hopefully make a huge difference in your task management day to day. I have found something called Wunderlist. It's actually a German company, and it is a task management system, and we are going to explore the possibilities of using that today. So just at a short glance, these are the things that are available to you. And today I'm going to show you how to create your own Wunderlist account and some of the features and options that you can use to incorporate into your daily task management. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the website. If you go to wunderlist.com, you can see you can just type that into your browser here, and then you would simply go to create a free account. And that's one of the best things about Wunderlist is that it is absolutely free. I'll delete this account and use my name, and you would simply put in an email address and a password, alphanumeric password, and then it's just as easy as clicking to receive a free account. Now it will begin with some options for you. Your tasks that you will be adding into this will be managed into different lists and categories that you can establish. It does have some suggested categories for you though, so that are helpful that many people might use. So we're just going to take a couple of these categories: groceries and work and family, and we're just going to go ahead and get started. So up here, it gives you a couple notifications of how to create your first to-do, and then how you can add people to collaborate and accomplish more. We'll talk about that feature in just a second. But let's get started with our first to-do. So the first thing that we want to do is just add an item for us to complete. So we'll say the end of term paper for education 631, and you just type that in there and simply press enter, and that is added to your inbox. I actually added that to groceries. You can move this task to inbox if you'd like. If you go to your inbox, these are the tasks that you would just add directly into your inbox, and so you can add anything you want. Lunch with Fred, or you can add go to store to get rice. So you have these tasks that now you have 3 tasks in there that are available for you, and you can add golf with friends if you wanted to add something recreational. But if you went today and you golfed with your friends, you can click this little box right here onto the left of it, which is simply how to mark it as complete. You would click it, it makes a little nice ding sound that makes everyone who does that feel good that they're checking something off their list. So another feature about Wunderlist that makes it exciting is if you were to double click on a task that you have created, you can see that there is also options you can use to to make that a little bit more detailed. So you can have a due date if you would like. You can set a due date. With this due date, you can also make it to where it repeats every day, every week. If you have an ongoing task, something that's due at the same time every week, that is very important to use. And so I will make lunch with Fred this Tuesday, and you can set your alphanumeric how you want to at the top there with different options, and then you just simply press save. And so you can see that here it's added the due date, and also you can set a reminder time. The reminder time I have set here, default was 9 a.m. So I'm going to remind myself that might be a little too early. I might forget between the time when I'm reminded at 9 a.m. So I'm going to remind myself at 11 a.m. that I need to have lunch with Fred. One of the best things about that is that I will be able to have a badge, a small icon pops up at the top of my screen, and it tells me when that task is about to happen. So I have a reminder that pops up on my screen that lets me know that I have lunch with Fred. In addition to that, you can add a subtext. So if I'm supposed to bring soda, that's a subtask that I can add, and I can add several different subtasks to this. I can also add notes. Okay, so those a few other features I wanted to show you. If you wanted to create a new list of groceries and work and family, weren't enough categories, you can create a new list down here, and you could create a list that's named Education 631, for instance, and you just simply click Save, and there I have a list for Education 631. If I go back to my inbox at the top here, I see that I have 3 tasks. End of term paper, well, that doesn't necessarily belong in my inbox, but I'd like to categorize it in a different area, so I'd simply drag that to Education 631. Lunch with Fred. That seems to be something associated with work. And then finally, back to my inbox, go to store and get rice. That's groceries I need to pick up. And so my inbox is empty, but in my other list I have, it has the tasks that are associated with that category. You can also create a folder. So if I wanted to say that family and groceries were to go together, I could simply drag family to groceries, hover over it, says new folder, and I'll tag this home. And so now I have both of these lists within a folder called Home. And this allows me to manage my task in a way that is beneficial, categorize the things, and also prioritize. So if the term paper was due, I can again double click on that. I could make that due, let's say, today. And I would click Save. And so that is due today. When I make it due today, another category comes up that says it's due today. So what I have to do today, what I'll have to do later this week. And I see later this week I have lunch with Fred. It's in my work category. And that is a way to just simply organize your tasks. So it's a task management system, and then it helps you manage your task, but also helps you work with your task and putting them into the proper categories, and to delegate, defer, or simply delete. So we covered the folders, the inbox, the today folder that's created, the week folder that's created, lists that are already created, and how to add them into folders. And so you can also go to over here. This is a neat feature. So if I was to simply add a few tasks today, so go for a run, turn in paper, eat lunch with my wonderful wife, Misty. And I can sort these in different ways. I can sort them alphabetically. I can sort them by creation date. I can sort them by priority. So if I wanted to star them, I could have them at priority. So if I star these two, I simply sorted them by priority. I can go back to sorting them alphabetically. Something about the more category too is I can delete the list, or if I wanted to, I could email the list. This is particularly helpful if you have a category here associated with somebody that is at your work. You can simply email the list to them. And in addition to that, you can also print the list. This would work if you needed to create a static version of it. One of the great features about Wunderlist also, if you hover over your name, you see this small drop-down menu. You can go to your account settings, and down at the bottom when the account settings come up, it says there's a calendar feed, and this calendar link you can integrate. If you're familiar with Google Calendar, you integrate it with Google Calendar. This also works with the app, and so I get 3 notifications, one from Wunderlist, one from my Google Calendar, and one from the app on my phone, that all integrate and sync together with this Web 2.0 application. This is a wonderful system. It's made my professional life and my personal life easier, and it's a Web 2.0 application that has immediate benefits. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I would encourage you, if you have not yet, go to Wunderlist.com and start your task management system today.